welcome to Blame It on the Draw. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a deck profile on Dinomist. So a little bit of a service announcement here. We are going to be changing our regular release schedule from 1 video a day to 3 videos a week, and it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If you guys have any other questions, let us know in the comment sections below, and let's just go straight into the deck profile, and I hope you guys like it. So first thing first, we're running 3 Dinomist Terran, you know, Terran, just like Gravity Falls, Zeus, as he says, Pterodactyl. And you have Dinomist Plesios, or Placios, or Plesios, or Plasimama, whatever the hell. And you have Dinomist I hate my life. And then you have Dinomist Spinos, 3 of them. Then 3 Dinomist Brachion, if I'm not mistaken, I can't barely see because of that. And you have 3 Dinomist Rex, and 3 Dinomist Ceratops. So basically, Dinomist Ceratops, what it does is if another Dinomist monster card you control it would not be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead. That's gonna be this pendulum effect. And of course, there is more to this. And the monster effect is if all monsters you control are Dinomist monsters, minimum 1, and none of them are Dinomist Ceratops, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is a really great effect. And you have Dinomist Rex. Dinomist Rex, once while this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the inactivated effects of targets of Dinomist monster you control, then destroy this card. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, you can attribute 1 Dinomist monster, activate one of these effects. This card can attack an opponent's monster again in a row. If it attacks if it defense position, inflict piercing battle damage. And if not, shuffle 1 card from your opponent's hand at random into the field into the deck. This card gains 100 attack, which each one of them are actually really good. But then you have Brachion's pendulum effect. Once while this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the activated and effects that targets another Dinomist card you control, then destroy this card. Monster effect: if you do not control Dinomist Brachion in your monster zone and your opponent controls a monster that highest attack on the field, even if tied, you can special summon this card from your hand. Basically, it's just going to give you more bodies there for free. But then you're going to go with Dinomist, Ankylos. Once for all this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the activated effects of target monsters. Dinomist cards you control can and destroy this card. And then banish any monster, destroy a battle with a Dinomist monster you control. And then you have Dinomist Plesios. Pendulum effect: while this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the activated effects of targets and other Dinomist cards you control, destroy this card. All face-up monster your opponent controls lose 100 attack and defense for each Dinomist monster you control is its monster effect. And basically, you're just going to be lowering their attacks down so you can actually make an OTK really quickly in the next turn. And you have one of the most important ones is Dinomist Terran. Dinomist: if another Dinomist card you control will be destroyed by battle card effects, you can destroy this card instead. And then when a monster effect, when this card destroys the opponent monster by battle, you can add 1 Dinomist card from your deck to your hand. This is the one that's basically going to be the one that's going to be recycling your plays. It's going to be the one you're going to be using for the OTKs. It's the one you're going to be summoning the most of the times. It's one of the most important ones in the Dinomist family. And you have Dinomist Ankylos. And the pendulum effect says once while this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the activated effects of targets of Dinomist monster you control, then destroy this card. Banish any monsters destroyed by battle with a Dinomist monster you control. And that is going to be your removal. It's just going to be awesome. It is totally eliminating everything your opponent has to immediately after that happens to actually OTK him with something like, if you want to run it eventually, you know, I'm not saying you should run a limiter remover, but I don't think I have a limiter remover in this deck profile. So let's go up for the spells. We're going to be moving up for the spells. It's going to be it for the monsters. They're all pendulum monsters, by the way. We're going to be running 3 Dinomist Charge. And then we're going to be running 3 Dynamic Power Load. Dynamic Power Load. Wow, didn't know that. And we're going to be running 2 Pot of Desires. And Pot of Desires is going to be your draw power, essentially. You know, it's going to be... It's very conditional if you want to do that or not. And you have 2 Pendulums of Souls, or Soul Pendulum. Damn it, the Japanese versions got me in the head. And then you have 2 Pendulum Paradox. Pendulum Paradox is going to be giving you a recycle. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. And of course, who the hell plays Mystical Space Typhoon 2019? I'll explain that later after this, kids. And you have Pot of Riches and 1... I don't know, Cavalry or something, 1 Limb Remover and 1 Dark Hole. Limb Remover, everyone knows that, double the attack of your machines, and at the end of the end, you know, destroy it. The Dark Hole destroys the whole board. Okay, now here we go. Machine, I don't know, whatever the cavalry thing. Show any quantity of pendulum monsters in your hand, and then shuffle that back into your deck, and then draw cards equal to 1 to shuffle plus 1. But you cannot add cards from your deck to your hand with any other card effects after the turn you activate this card. Yeah, Pot of Riches, which is shuffle 3 pendulum monsters from your extra deck, or from your graveyard and or face up from your extra deck. Then draw 2 cards. You can only use 1 Pot of Riches per turn. And yeah, Pendulum Paradox. Add 2 Pendulum monsters with the same scale but different names, from your extra deck directly to your hand. They're gonna be face up, of course. And you can activate only one of those Pendulum Paradox hard once returned. Mystical Space Typhoon, of course. Destroy one spell and track or your opponent controls. Quick effect. And why do you activate this instead of Twin Twisters? Because Twin Twisters discards a monster. Pendulums are not good in the graveyard. That's one of your biggest weakness. So you're gonna be using them so you don't discard anything. You still have back for destruction. And then you have Soul Pendulum. Soul Pendulum, for each time you Pendulum summon, you gain a counter. For each counter, all your Pendulum monsters gain 200 attack. And also 300 attack. I'm sorry. And after you have 3 counters, you can remove 3 counters from the card, and you can Pendulum summon again, additional to your other Pendulum summon you have done. So basically, essentially, give you 2 Pendulum summons. And you have Pot of Desires, of course, banishing 10 cards from the top of your deck to the banish face down, and then draw 2 cards. It's going to be a +1, but of course with the downside of banishing 10 cards face down. And you have Dynamic Power Load and Dinomist Charge. Dynamic Power Load, what it does is that all Dinomist monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. If all Dinomist monsters you control battles, your opponent can activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Jesus. Basically, essentially making your opponent to actually take it. That's it. He has to take it. And you have Dinomist Charge, continuous spell. When this card is activated, add 1 Dinomist monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, if a Dinomist card is added from your field for your extra deck face up, add one of those cards to your hand. You can only activate 1 Dinomist Charge per turn. All of these Dinomist cards, which is the best part of them, have one of the most incredible synergies to giving your opponents one of the most difficult situations of having a lot of attack, and your opponent cannot target them and destroy them because it's going to be a downside for them. And now let's go for the traps. You're going to be running 3 Dinomist Howlings, and then 2 Dinomist Rush, 1 Pendulum Area, and 1 Solemn Warning. Everyone know what Solemn Warning does. Counter trap, you know. When an opponent monster or a spell and track card or effect monster is going to be activated, will summon, you can just negate it. Pay 2,000. And you have Pendulum Area. If all monster you control are Pendulum Summon, minimum 1, target 2 cards in your Pendulum Zone, destroy both cards, and if you do, neither player can special summon for their turn except for by Pendulum Summon. Nobody can special summon in any way except by Pendulum Summon. It's locking down your opponent by literally all other summons when it comes to special. And you have 2 Dinomist Rush, special 1 Dinomist monster from your deck, and if you do, it's unaffected by other card effects. Also destroyed through the end phase. You can only activate 1 Dinomist Rush per turn. And you have Dinomist Howling. Dinomist's Howling, when this card is activated, you can place up to 2 Dinomist Pendulum monsters from your deck in your Pendulum Zone, and if you do, you cannot Pendulum summon monsters in the end of this next turn, except Dinomist monsters. If this card leaves the field once per turn, if this card is already face on the field, you contribute 1 Dinomist monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. It's going to be your spot removal. Your opponent actually is going to have a difficult time with this continuous trap card. It's going to be one of the best trap cards you got here. Of course, giving you the double Pendulum Zones activated right there. Like one of those effects that I remember with your Senjus, where you can activate a spell, a tower, and it actually gives you 2 Pendulum Zones directly from your deck and places them into your pendulums. And it's going to be completely. And let's go to the XYZs. We're going to be running 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity, 1 Cyber Dragon Nova, 1 number 61 Volcasaurus, 1, I don't know the hell that machine, but it's level, rank 5, but it does something really good. And then 1 number S39 and 1 number C39, and of course number 39 Utopia Ray, Utopia the Lightning. And then you have 1, of course, number 37 Hope, whatever it is, Spider Shark. You have 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 number 41 Bagusta the terribly tired type here. You have 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon and Gaga Cowboy. Of course, Gaga Cowboy is going to be enabling you. The only reason you're running this is for that extra burn damage if you're playing in tournaments. With the relatively new ruling of whoever has the highest attack wins. So that's going to be your win condition most of the times when you do a quick effect. And you have number 37 Hope, whatever the hell, Spider. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, and all monster opponent controls lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. When this card is destroyed battle or sent to the graveyard, I don't know the rest of the effect because I don't really care about it because it's a really good card and I don't really know how to use it because I've never used that card before, but it's actually really good. But I'm just not going to question it because I'm not that kind of player that actually plays with these cards. Yeah, and then you have Abyss Dweller. That people always forget about this Abyss Dweller effect. Well, this card is actually going to show the original water of all water types you control. Gain 1 500 attack. All your Dinomist monsters are water. And of course, anything in the graveyard will be negated. You have Tornado Dragon, detach 1 material. Once per turn, quick effect, detach 1 material. Destroy 1 spell track card on the field. And you have Terribly Terrier type here. Of course, you're going to be using only the effect of him going in defense. Everything that is summoned will have to be going to defense, and if it's in defense, will have its effects negated. And that includes everything except Link monsters, because Link monsters don't have no defense, so they cannot be changed to defense position. Then you have Dark Rebellion Expertise Dragon. It's going to be your beater. Detach 1 material, and it gains attack equal to your opponent's monster. And then you have the best beater of all, of course, the Utopia combo. Utopia Ray to Utopia Lightning. What it says, basically attach 2 materials, and your opponent doubles his attack to 5,000. Your opponent has to take the damage. It doesn't matter what, he cannot activate anything during the battle of that card. And you have, of course, the rank two of the rank 5. The best one, of course, I think is Volcasaurus. Volcasaurus enabling you some plays that are just absolutely ridiculous when it comes to actually negations. To once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card and target one face on monster, your opponent control, destroy that card opponent's monster. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. And you have this one, once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, send the top 3 cards for your opponent's deck to your graveyard. Then, if any monster was sent with this effect, destroy cards up to your opponent up to the number of monsters that was sent to the graveyard with this effect. And of course, that's going to be amazing for your field removal, and of course both of them are going to be field removers. Then you have the combo with, of course, Cyber Dragon Nova and Cyber Dragon Infinity. Cyber Dragon Infinity is going to be summoned on top of Cyber Dragon Nova, activating Cyber Dragon Infinity's effect to actually negate any single thing that's going to be activated in a chain, detach 1 material, and negate it. And of course, you have the effect that you can attach any face-up attack position monster. And they will be running 1 Heavy Metal Full Electromite and 1 Mr. Boy Heavy Metal Full Electromite. What it does with a Pendulum monster, putting a face up in your Pendulum Zone, destroy 1 card. You can add 1 card from your Pendulum Zone to your hand, and you can draw 1 card if it was destroyed from the Pendulum Zone. Mr. Boy give you 500 attack and defense for each water type monster you have in the field, including itself. And if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 water type monster from the grave back to your hand, including itself if you want to. Jesus, and that's it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you like it. Don't forget to actually send me down in the comment sections below if you liked the video. And if you did like the video, of course, let me know if you had any comments of your suggestions of how the deck should be, or what should you add, or whatever you want to get into the tech in there. And yeah, guys, so don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the like button, make that like button your bitch. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. So peace out.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out.